Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Listen, quick question. Why are we still building custom bridges just to earn yield? More markets didn't. They plugged directly into Flare Network's native infrastructure and got XRP yield. No bridges, no custodial detours, no fragmentation. That's the point. Simplicity that still delivers full security and power. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how they did it, what it means for institution and XRP holders, and the exact reason this model scales. If you're tired of complexity, uh, what's the word? Complexity tax in DeFi, this is your playbook. All right, fam, let's get into a happy freaking Talk That Talk Thursday to each and every one of you. What an awesome time to be an early adopter in this new asset class that is the digital asset space. Listen, my friends, you and I, we're playing a game that 99.99% of the masses, yeah, they don't even know is being played. And we are winning, my friends. We are winning. Again, happy Talk That Talk Thursday to each and every one of you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. What's good, Pookie Pookie? Pookie Pookie's first in the building. How are you, my friend? Appreciate you checking in this morning. We're so blessed. Flood Networks is killing the game. XRP holders about to win big time. About to win in a big time way. Let us not forget the XRP futures market is going cray cray right now. Setting records over there, according to the CME, setting records in the XRP futures. Got to a bill, the fastest ever to get to a billion. That's pretty impressive stuff. I don't know what Ripple's got going on. I hope they got some stuff that is going on that is good for XRP holders. I hope. Payment XRP is here in Counterfort, live from Fort Hood. Oh, excellent, excellent. Are you currently serving, bro? Are you currently serving, my guy? So yeah, life is good right now. I gotta tell you, more markets. I know we covered their blog post, but I want to go over it a little bit more detail for people to kind of understand what's going on here. It's that's the institutional play. Firelight, more markets. Those are the institutional plays, and I think they're going to continue and continue and continue. Thus, the having Flare Network's layer one EVM blockchain continue to go up and to the right of the network adoption curve, which will ultimately feed back to FLR holders, right? Right? There's a loop there. Hope you guys get it. So yeah, listen, it's pretty cool. I guess I get to go to the gym today. I injured my knee a couple of days ago, 3 days ago or so. Took a break um, from the gym because it's just the knee. I know you could do upper body, but if I'm walking around trying to do upper body, then that's not great. So I just took the days off. Pookie just took the days off, and I'm gonna get to it today. Get to it today for sure. Payment XRP says, no, I'm over the road heavy haul truck driver, so I'm all over this beautiful country, burning miles. I hear you, bro. I hear you. Be safe on the roads, brother. Be safe on those roads for sure. So listen, I wanted to cover this about more markets. We'll get into detail of that as well. We'll go over the market. We'll put CoinGecko up, go over the market, but I'm sure it's just doing what the market does without question. So yeah, this more markets deal is a big deal. I'm gonna let some more people check in. Let me get CoinGecko up. We'll check the Bitcoin dominance. We'll check ETH. Let's making sure that ETH is still outpacing Bitcoin. It's important. And if those things are still happening, making sure that dominance is not flipping that Bitcoin dominance starts churning the other way, that's not good. We want it to continue in its down trend. That's what we want. All right, so let's go over CoinGecko real quick here, and then we're going to get into the topic of today's discussion because again, I think this is the move, this is the trend that FLR holders want to see. I don't know why the live stream would be not streaming great right now. I mean, it can't be internet, but it is not streaming good. Can't be streaming good. That doesn't look good. All right, so let me share here real quick. Share CoinGecko. Let's go with these numbers real quick, guys. All right, so according to CoinGecko, the total cryptocurrency market cap is at 4 trillion, up 0.5% in the last 24 hours. Let's check out the Bitcoin dominance. This is the key indicator to keep us in the alt season because Ethereum is an alt. That's why. It's not the full-blown alt season, but let's refresh the trading view here and get the current Bitcoin dominance. That says 58.09, which is good. As long as it stays trending down on the weekly, we're good. So let's just refresh to see if 58.9 is good. I mean, that's well below 60%. I don't know if you know it, but that is. Oh, what happened here? Get out. I don't want to. I'm already on TradingView, bro. Come on already. Laptop. See if it changes. It should be 58.9%, but let's see. 58.09. Big difference. 58.09. As long as it's under 60.5 or 60 point, yeah, 60.5. It's good. As long as it's trending. That's why I'm refreshing this because I want to make sure that this trend on the week is still looking, the weekly trend, downtrend is still looking good. Yeah, it is. So it's 58.27. So look, we got two candles there on the day. So it looks like that was the 25th and 26th. 26th Tuesday, Thursday, 28th. So that downtrend is obviously still there. You can just look at that. But we want to make sure we stay below 60%. And we also want to make sure that Ethereum is continuing to outpace Bitcoin. So let's look at this ETH versus BTC chart as well. We refresh that, make sure those two things are good. And another little thing you can look at is you can look at the XRP versus BTC, the Solana versus BTC, and see if those are trending up as well, like the Ethereum versus BTC. But there's a certain order. So the first one that needs to outpace Bitcoin is Ethereum. So we got still trending upwards, right? So these are daily candles. So every green or red candle you see here is a day. So it's still trending up, a little bit of a correction. What, 3 or 4 days of a correction thus far, but ultimately, like this looks exactly like this. I mean, for the most part, it's the same thing. So it's still looking good, still trending upwards. So that's good. That means that we are still on pace for a full blown out alt season where not only Ethereum but large caps and mid caps and low caps do their thing. So that's good. It's good. All right. So Bitcoin is trading at $113,000 again on a 30-day. Bitcoin is down 4%. Ethereum is trading at $4,552 again. And Ethereum is up 20% essentially on the 30-day. XRP is trading at $3.01 again. XRP is down 3% on the 30-day. Solana is trading at $214 again on the 30-day. It's up 18%. So yeah, this is good. Like for me, I've already done Bitcoin ETH. I've already done Bitcoin XRP. So and Solana and Sui, but now I'm going to do more Solana. Just me. because I'm sure if I pull up the Solana BTC, it would be trending upwards, very, very similar to Ethereum. I'm certain of that. But all right, so let's look at now some people say, man, why don't you get the hype token? I mean, you can get more hype. Sure. Hyperliquid's killing the game, sure. I don't know enough about the ecosystem, what's going on there, who's building, what's not building. I don't know enough about it. I'm not saying it's not a good play. I'm saying I don't know enough about it. I know more about Solana and Sui than I do Hyperliquid, even though they are pretty much Hyperliquid and Sui are pretty much in the same market cap place there. Top 20 tokens. Sui's trading at $3.51, and it is down 8.7% on the 30-day. Yeah, so that is it right there, family. That is the market, and the market is doing what the market does. Just doing what it does. Pookie pookie. Yeah, it's just doing what it does. Let me get the live chat up here as well. The path to all season. Highly recommend you guys study it. I think that some people call it the money flow in crypto, but understanding that, getting your brain wrapped around how that works can be very, 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 very valuable to you and profitable to you as well. Guys, do me a favor and hit that like button. That would be awesome if you could do that. We always like to have just as many likes as we got viewers in the streams. Going to go over more markets and why Flare Networks and their play with the infra play, the infrastructure play, is going to be massive and significantly help, in my opinion, help this blockchain go up and to the right of the network adoption curve. So I'm showing that the stream is not great. It's circling or no buffering, but you guys let me know if you're seeing that as well. Let me know if you're seeing that as well. So let's go over this MoreMarkets article from Flare Networks again. What's going on, Keyless? The lady of crypto is in the building. All right, let's do this real quick. Because I think this is very, very interesting. And I know people don't like me reading, but it's important to get the significance of this move here. The significance of the move. Again, it's setting a trend for other institutions to leverage for their networks for the infra play to provide yield or DeFi for this untapped $180 billion market or asset that is XRP, right? And if Flare is providing the infra to make this play happen, the chain is going to go up and to the right because FAssets is just the entry level value add to this blockchain. It's the entry level value add to Flare Network. Just the beginning. All right, so MoreMarkets chooses Flare to power the future of XRP yield. Flare is teaming up with MoreMarkets to launch the XRP Earn account, a new and secure way for XRP holders to earn yield. This integration enables MoreMarkets on-chain yield generation strategy on the Flare network, creating a seamless XRP Fi experience that is intuitive and fully on-chain. All right, introducing MoreMarkets XRP Earn account. XRP holders can soon earn secure and on-chain yield without navigating the complexities of multiple blockchains. Bridges is the number one fail in the DeFi space, in the digital asset space, probably more so than bad actors in terms of the total loss. I think Bridges is number one, followed by bad actors like FTX, Celsius, BlockFi, etc. I think in terms of the total loss. bridges, I think, is number one. So if it's number one or number two, that's not great, right? It's not great. XRP holders can soon earn secure and on-chain yield without navigating the complexities of multiple blockchains, bridges, or smart contracts. It's big. It's big. This is covering the attack vectors. This is covering the complexities. It's ridding oneself of the complexities and the attack vectors. Smart contract bridges, multiple blockchains. Flare networks is ridding us of those type of things. Ridding us. I don't, is that a thing? I don't know. But you get my point, right? A user directly initiates the XRP bridging process from their own XRP wallet through a dedicated feature on MoreMarkets. The feature facilitates a payment from the user's XRPL wallet to the FAssets system. Flare's native bridge to initiate minting of FXRP. From there, the MoreMarkets platform automatically manages a series of DeFi strategies on Flare, such as lending or liquid staking FXRP with Firelight to generate real yield. And this is going to be for those holders, especially the XRP entertaining content creators who dare not learn about DeFi themselves, right? You can leverage MoreMarkets, which is doing their thing on Flare, and get the strategies. Get the strategies. This will be really great for new XRP holders, especially. Not everyone's into DeFi. They want the advantages of it, they're not taking the time to learn it. So this is a great, magnificent, spectacular option. And by the way, there are going to be institutions who just look. They're going to come into this game on Flare Networks, and they're going to know more about DeFi than I know. They're going to know more strategies. They're going to know things like delta neutral strategy. They're gonna know option stuff that I don't know. That's coming. Promise you, it's coming. These sophisticated dudes, okay, who have been doing that kind of stuff for decades out in the TradFi world, they're coming on chain, and they'll be coming on Flare networks, and they'll be providing these type of strategies to XRP holders. And you just got to pick your deal. How much risk? How much you're willing? There's going to be some fee to get it done. Sure. Things like on base, VFAT charges fees for the strategies that they do. But boy, did they make it easy. Boy, did they make it simple for you. Especially if the bigger, if you're dealing with tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and millions of dollars, just make it so much easier for those type of DeFi participants. Yeah, and they charge a fee to do it. Nothing exorbitant, but they're playing the numbers games, and it's working out swell over there in VFAT, which is on base. All right, so where we at? Flare's native bridge and minting FRP. From there, the MoreMarkets platform automatically manages a series of DeFi strategies on Flare, such as lending or liquid staking FXRP with Firelight to generate real yield. Okay, so love it. And more advanced strategies are coming. They're coming. Just understand it. It's going to be cool. The dream of never having to sell your XRP or never having to sell all of your XRP. That dream is becoming a reality. All you got to do is let go of that death grip you got on your cold storage wallet. All of this happens behind the scenes, ensuring the user's experience is as simple as possible. How about that? There you go, guys. All earned rewards are automatically converted to XRP and paid out to the user's wallet. Do you understand? It's a cool, it's a cool. I said I was going to say a good or a cool deal together, so I ended up saying a ghoul idea. All of this happens behind the scenes, ensuring the user's experience is as simple as possible. All earned rewards are automatically converted to XRP and paid out to the user's wallet. Okay, it's a good deal. You have to stress, I get it. This collaboration unlocks new potential for XRP as a programmable asset, providing a straightforward and a safe way for everyday users to participate in DeFi. This is what the XRP entertaining content creators need. So that they need, so they can, spend less time with this and they can focus on the company Ripple and, all that other kind of stuff going on over there. Right? That's what they need right there. It's right there. So they can continue their love. Anyway, there it is right there. It's a great deal. It really is. It is a great deal. It's big. And more are coming. MoreMarkets and Firelight uphold Vivo Power. I'm telling you, it's just the beginning. Now, this is important to learn if you're interested in leveling up a little bit. How does this differ from other XRP yields? The Flare MoreMarkets partnership, the Flare and MoreMarkets partnership creates a unique and a comprehensive yield solution for XRP. It's a powerful value proposition and an on-chain non-custodial solution that gives XRP holders a simple way to earn. Because the Flare mechanics are handled entirely by MoreMarkets, users will only interact with a single user-friendly interface while enjoying these benefits. This is what the asset class needs. This is exactly what the digital asset space needs. More projects doing that. And for us, more projects doing that on Flare is awesome. All right, so non-custodial and real yield, a secure path to DeFi. Let me check some more people here, see who else checked in. Let me welcome Cali Cat's in the building. How are you, Cali Cat? Appreciate you checking in. Guys, do me a favor. If you didn't get a chance to hit that like button on the way in, would you please do so on the way out? On the way out. Would you do so now by collapsing the chat? Collapse that chat, go smash the like button, then come back and hang out with the Crypto Siege and family. All right, so non-custodial and real yield, a secure path to DeFi, a secure path to DeFi. The integration provides a genuine on-chain yield solution for XRP that is fully non-custodial. I could just see the XRP entertaining content creators just going to church more often, increasing their tithes, thanking the Heavenly Father for this. Anyway, this integration provides a genuine on-chain yield solution for XRP that is fully non-custodial, ensuring users retain control of their assets at all times. Ensuring users retain control of their asset at all times. I don't know if I could say it any more clearly, Keyless. I don't know if I can say it more clearly. This is an awesome thing. I'm going to have to arrange some kind of order for interviews. I just got to tell you, just more and more projects, more and more awesome stuff coming. I don't know where to start. I tried to start out with my guy, Mickey B. Fresh, but dude did not answer to respond to my DMs. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, Keyless. If you hear from him, let him know Crypto Siege is trying to reach out. His boy trying to reach out to him. All right, secure bridging. With the FAssets protocol, a user's native XRP always remains on the XRPL. I feel like I don't know. I got to keep screaming from the rooftops so people understand. Secure bridging with the FAssets protocol, a user's native XRP always remains on the XRP. A one-to-one representation called FXRP is minted on the Flare network. A one-to-one representation called FXRP is minted on the Flare network, secured by collateral and verified by Flare's on-chain oracles. There are no centralized custodians involved in the process. Like, I'm, what else could you ask for? This is why we're here. If you really take a second to think about it, this is why we are here. To hold valuable assets without having to be hoodwinked and bamboozled and having to rely on some other kind of trust custodial thing where you don't know what's going on in the background. They call them intermediaries, and old money set them up intentionally, pushed the intermediary concept of let us do stuff for you. You can trust us. They started that whole propaganda because old money controls the intermediaries. Once you understand that, all you do is check your history. Just check your history. It's all there. All there. Oh, yeah, well, we'll create intermediaries. We'll create jobs. Right? All with the intent to separate you from your money. I mean, I don't even need, do I even need to go on from here, Pookie Pookie? I mean, this is it. This is everything right here. Like it's everything. Yeah. I'm gonna post about this on X after this live stream. Liquid staking. Firelight protocol is designed to unlock protocol rewards for XRP holders. For who? XRP holders. In the first phase of the launch, deploy FXRP to receive liquid staking, token and LST, and Firelight points. Awesome. The LST can be used across Flare's DeFi ecosystem. The liquid staking token, which will be STXRP, can be used across Flare's DeFi ecosystem. At feature complete launch, users, when its Firelight is fully whatever, at feature complete launch, users can deploy tokens into multiple vaults that secure economically secured services in exchange for fees. Where does the yield come from? But where does the yield come from? Right, it's the default question with the XRP entertaining content creators. It's just a way to say, anyway, it's the default question. It's been answered gazillion times, but some don't really want the answer. So in the first phase of the launch, deploy FXRP to receive a liquid staking token, LST, and Firelight points. At feature complete launch, users can deploy those tokens into multiple vaults that secure economically secured services, ESS says, in exchange for fees. Economically secured services lease security for high impact DeFi use cases, creating a market for on demand economic guarantees. That's a pretty cool deal. I just got to tell you, that's a pretty cool deal. It's kind of on that find a need and fill it tip, as we like to say in business. Find a need and fill it. What's going on, Mr. Miller? Good day to you, bro. Pookie Pookie says Flare networks will be a one-stop shop. I agree. I think so. I agree. I really, really do, Pookie Pookie. I agree. I agree. The writing's on the wall if you're paying attention. Uh, let's go back to that article. Appreciate you guys being there. Hey, again, happy Talk That Talk Thursday. Who knows what I might say? Let's Talk That Talk Thursday. You never know where one might go. All right. Institutional, what the world? Institutional grade DeFi, building for security and compliance. It's institutional grade, the level of how awesome it is. DeFi doesn't mean that it's just for institutions. Building for security and compliance. This new architecture is uniquely positioned to attract institutional demand for high quality, secure, and compliant yield opportunities. Regulatory alignment. It's important. Flare's focus on regulatory compliance and its partnerships with institutional grade custodians like BitGo, Fireblocks, and Hex Trust provide a secure and trusted environment for professional investors. That's a big one to understand. You know, these guys are used to the intermediary thing. They like to see a name like BitGo. These institutions, you know, they like to see names like BitGo and Fireblocks and Hex Trucks so they can tell their boss, oh, yeah, yeah. Our pals, our intermediary pals over at BitGo and Fireblocks and Hex Trust, yeah, those dudes. Just like they're gonna like to be able to say BNY Mellon for custody. They like that stuff. I'm not interested in it, but they like it. Secure and transparent. The use of FAssets ensures a trust minimized, transparent process for bridging and managing XRP, which meets the high security standards required by institutions. So, a broader XRP5 movement on Flare and beyond. The collaboration positions Flare as a unique provider of institutional grade XRP5. Co-founder Hugo Filion and CEO of Flare says this partnership is a powerful validation of Flare's mission to bring smart contract functionality and real world data to the entire crypto ecosystem. While MoreMarkets has been building a promising solution for XRP holders, this collaboration positions Flare, the layer one EVM blockchain, as the essential permissionless utility layer that will power their next phase of growth. They are using us, and we couldn't be more proud. End of quote. Now, the co-founder and CEO of MoreMarkets, Alton Tatar, had this to say. Our mission is to make idle assets work for their holders without the headaches of DeFi. The XRP Earn account is already delivering yield to hundreds of early adopters, and adding Flare gives them another high quality path to earn. We're really excited to be working with Flare to build the most liquid XRP on-chain ecosystem on Flare. The rollout will begin with FXRP support. So that's the end of the quote, by the way. The rollout will begin with FXRP support, followed by access to additional Flare lending markets. So I remember when MoreMarkets came out. For me, and I was not interested in any intermediary stuff. Doppler Finance, same thing. Stroh Finance, same thing. I want a different solution for my XRP yield. Now that MoreMarkets is hopping on Flare, you know, I can look into it more because it's a non-custodial, secure, bridgeless stuff. You understand? Which is what I want for networks. And I believe the vast majority of digital asset holders are going to want Sure, they want yield. Of course they want yield. Of course they want to be able to hop into vaults and these, get yield and get lending opportunities and liquid staking opportunities and DeFi opportunities. Sure, they want it. But they understand the bridge hack, the bridge concerns. They understand it. They understand the multiple blockchain complexities. They understand those things. And Flare is ridding them of those. You understand? It's pretty cool. It's pretty, pretty cool. I love it. Yeah, it is really, really good. I'm gonna do a post on this on X about this article here. So that's really, really good deal. And I think I'm certain that this is just the beginning of institutions and the likes leveraging Flare networks, thus creating a nice Metcalf law up and to the right graph or chart. That's going to be awesome to see. The real big wheel is in the building. How are you? What else we got going on here? Rachel W checked in. How are you? Appreciate you being here. Mr. Miller, you're all up and doing all kinds of stuff in DeFi, huh? Ski Mask Citizen, how are you, my friend? Appreciate you checking in. Good morning. So, you understand what I'm saying here? FLR holders should be excited. XRP holders should be excited. This, to me, is just the beginning of these plays and these institutions realizing what's going on. It's just the beginning of these advanced strategies for earning yield. And when you put them all together, it's an opportunity to not have to sell all of your valuable assets. Hugely important. Actually, hugely important. Like, I think another thing that's important that I've been thinking about for the last 3-4 months now is this notion that a lot of crypto holders are going to, hopefully take profit, but they're going to take 30, 40, 50, 60% of that profit and have to pay off debt. Yeah. I know they say they're going to get the rental property, and I know they say they're going to buy the Lambo. But before they do those things, they're going to be paying off debt because the numbers are the numbers. And the nation of people, businesses, corporations, and governments are massively in debt. That's the elephant in the room. Mainly because they don't understand interest rates. They don't understand the difference between a loan and a line of credit. They don't understand how the interest rates work on credit cards or mortgages. They've been hoodwinked and bamboozled and misled to focus on just check your rate of your home mortgage. Just check the rate on your car loan and just go from there. It's a hoodwink. That old money got their lawyers to create some type of message to narrative to get out to people. And what do we focus on? When you go get a home mortgage, what are you focusing on? I promise you, you're focusing on that rate more than you're on the house. You're focusing on the rate more than whether it's 4-bedroom or 5-bedroom. You're focusing on the rate more than you're focusing on whether he's going to spend 300,000 or $500,000. And you do it with the credit cards. Same thing. You focus on the rate. You don't understand what the real rate is on the card, on your home loan. You go into a bank and ask for a line of credit, and they say, "Well, man, that line of credit is like 10, 12%. It's like 8 to 12%. You can get you can get a loan, get a 3% rate if your credit's awesome. Get a 4% rate if your credit's awesome. Get a 5% rate if your credit's awesome." Why would you do a line of credit? The rate's more. It's a hoodwink. It's a bamboozle. It's a sleight of hand move. What Spark token are you talking about, Mr. Miller? Are you talking about Spark, the FLR token that used to be called Spark token, or are you talking about Spark Dexis SPRK, whatever it's called now? But you understand? Like people gotta get that. Like I didn't know. I did not the original flare drop. I got you, brother. I got you. I didn't know about the rate thing. I was focusing on rates for the longest, for the longest time. One of the reasons why we didn't build a second home was because of all that stuff going on with rates. That's all I was thinking about. I at one time was focused on what Jerome Powell was going to do and say and whatever he's going to, all that kind of stuff. I didn't understand. I didn't understand that old money by way of the banks, right? Created the hoodwink and bamboozle, right? Didn't understand it. Once you learn it and once you know it, you'll be like, holy shit. Like you don't have to be handcuffed by massive debt. You don't have to be. But just not understand that you didn't know. It's not your fault. And I want people to understand it. Like people sometimes they think that they're just in debt or that just people are just in debt. No, businesses, major debt, corporations, major debt. The United States is the largest debtor nation in the history of debt. The largest nation. This massive capital markets is the greatest debtor in the history of debt. Probably one of the main reasons is there if the if the system was created to create these debt slaves, if the citizens of that nation are massively in debt, the government is a makeup of its citizens. Again, old money pulled the hoodwink and bamboozle way back yonder with the creation of the Fed and the central banking model and the central banks of central banks, the BIS, feeds them to keep the people in debt. Got to get that. Once you understand that, you can rid yourself of. The great thing, there's solutions for it. That's the great thing. And number one solution, knowledge. Got to know what's good. You got to know what's going on. I find it interesting, Mr. Miller, that most people are good with buying a $300,000 home and paying $650,000 for the home. I find that fascinating. Think about that. $300,000 home after 30 years, paying $650,000 to $700,000 for the home. But you purchased it home at 300,000. But because you have a low rate and because you can make their mortgage payment, you're like, oh, okay, cool. And then they get you with this one. They throw this one in, but you can write off. You can write off the interest. So you can just pay us less, but you're still paying us. But you can just pay us less in taxes, but you're still paying us. You're just paying us less. So not only paying the interest, you're still paying the interest in the form of tax. right? That's the deal. That's the deal. I did it. My first mortgage. I had no clue. None. Zero. Where are you going to learn that stuff? It ain't taught in schools. There's a reason why, what's the dude's name? Rockefeller and some other dude, forget the other dude's name, went to the school financial education system, which they ended up buying and owning. If you do your homework in the Department of Education, and they took out financial literacy and business ownership, took it out. You would be alarmed at the amount of real estate investors debt situation. You would be alarmed how bad it is. And then you throw in student loans, you possibly the biggest yucky thing ever. And the SBA, it turns out that that was a big, those SBA loans is another bamboozle that people didn't know. Pookie Pookie. Yeah. And you're saying exactly what I said, that I was afraid for a lot of people in crypto. In crypto. Because if you believe that the new financial system, let me tell you what Pookie Pookie said, then I'll continue. Pookie Pookie said, I'm gonna pay off. I'm gonna pay my house off and never buy a house again. I want to be debt free. And how is Pookie Pookie gonna pay the house off? He's gonna sell valuable assets. He's gonna sell the assets of the future, the new financial system. If you believe that, look, if you don't believe this is the new financial system, then you should take 3, 5, 10, 15 X's and get out of debt. But if you, I humbly suggest, if you believe that this is the new financial system, thus means they're going to be new assets that are valuable. Why sell them? To pay off the old financial debt. Why not use the income that you currently have and that you've been managing your debt and figure out a way to, instead of do something in 30 years, do it in 5 to 10 years and keep the valuable asset for the next cycle, thus compounding your valuable assets. The reason why people like Pookie Pookie, who is willing to be honest with himself of what he's going to be doing, the reason why they choose to do it that way, because they don't know there's another way to get it done. I say to people, why not use turn the trade, turn TradFi's ways, which is really the bank's ways, and flip it on them, right? Like, what if there's a way to flip it on them? Use your current lifestyle income to rid yourself of that thing, free yourself from the big problem, which is not debt. The big problem is not debt. The big problem is the interest on your debt. That's the big problem. People don't understand how the interest is just drowning them. They don't understand it. That's what I've been learning. That's what I've been learning. And it was an alarming it was an alarming wake up call, but at least I got it. At least I got the wake up call. At least I understood. At least I got the knowledge that I needed to understand and then got the answer to it. Right? Right? And so that's why I used percentages in the beginning. I said people are going to be using 30, 40, 50, 60, 70% of their wins in crypto to get out of debt. What if you only had to use 10%, 5%? And then you could still flip that TradFi banking thing on its head into your advantage, current income, current lifestyle, to do it, freeing yourself of tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of interest. Because for me, all I'm thinking is, yeah, this is the old financial system. I'm not, me personally in the Crypto Caesars home, I'm not trying to use all of my new financial system valuable assets to pay that, to go into that thing, to go back. If there's a thing I can use over here to flip it on its head, to turn the bank's advantage into my advantage using the dirty nasty fiat model to do it, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to keep the valuable assets, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. You understand? Solana. Keep those, compound those through in the bear market. And if you have a strategy, the cash flow from your DeFi buys the Lambo, it buys the rental properties. And the great thing is, because if you have the flipping of the TradFi model on his head, you don't have to worry yourself about rental properties. I'm telling you right now, real estate investors, realtors, real estate investors, I'm telling you, they're in trouble. Like they're literally drowning in their own creation because they didn't understand interest and how it's calculated, and it's eating them up, eat them up. All right, so I ranted long enough. I just wanted to share it with you guys. I can't wait to share more about that. Can't wait to share more about that. Really, really excited about that because you know how we say, Mr. Miller and Pookie and Keyless, what do we say all the time on this channel? We need a new 1%. We need a new 1%, man. Current 1%, previous decades 1%, not so great. You know, I don't want to name names, but you know who's wealthy is wealthy. I don't, I don't look at them and feel like, they've been doing humanity some awesome. I mean, Gates, Bezos. I don't feel like that's the 1% that I want to tell my little Miss Crypto Siege about. Mr. Miller says most real estate investors like playing the debt game. They do, and they don't understand how it works. They just, it's killing them. It's killing them because you're in two debt structures there that you don't understand. You're in this mortgage debt and you're in a loan debt. And there are two different kinds of debt, and you don't understand them. We were never taught them. Never, ever. So real estate investors or normal people just like you and I who were never taught the game and how it really works. How it really, 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 really works. All right, fam. So there it is. I'm gonna wrap this thing up. I can't wait to share more. I'm not sure when. I got some bunch of stuff I gotta still educate myself on, but I will be sharing that with you guys for sure. Because we need a new 1%, man. We need the 1% to be made up of Pookie and Mr. Miller. And you're right. The real big will. This is what we need. Keyless and Rachel W. We need a new 1%. So we got to level up our IQ about what's really going on. Once you get that, and then arm ourselves with the tools to get out of that TradFi system without losing our valuable assets on the way. All right, so there it is. I appreciate you guys. Do me a favor, hit that like button on the way out. That'd be really, 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 really awesome. If you're interested in, I'm just curious if you're interested in learning about interest, how to rid yourself of interest, just do me a favor and comment debt free and the live stream debt free if you're watching on replay, so I can get a sense of how many people might be interested in learning more and getting rid of that debt and living the way we're supposed to be, which is how God intended us to live. All right, so do me a favor and hit that like button on the way out. That'd be really, really cool, really, really awesome if you can do that. And if you happen to be in that 55% or so of people that are listening to, watching, and checking into the crypto seas, do me a favor. If you've been enjoying those hangouts, please consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to ring that notification bell, baby, so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this one like I do all my videos and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this or perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya. Bye.